Yeah.
So you joined CARE really very recently. Can you tell us about that and about where you'd been working and your decision to come back to Haiti?
Okay. Actually, I'm aid worker and I'm a humanitarian worker since something like 12 years now. I started working in Burundi and then in South Sudan, and also I worked in Equatorial Guinea, in Central African Republic, Angola, and in Haiti too, because I've worked as humanitarian worker in Haiti in the year 2000. Um, After 12,000, after 12 years,
I'm
uh,
sure it feels like 12,000 years.
after 12 years working, mainly abroad actually, mainly abroad in Africa mainly, um, I've decided pretty recently to come back home because my country is in great needs of of social basic services. And as a medical doctor, it seems to me that it is not too correct to just be providing services and, let's say this way, my talents abroad. And I know that my country is suffering and is in desperate need. So I decided to come back, and I decided to come back to work for an organization here, and to see with this organization and other actors in the civil society, etc., what can be my participation in the development of this country. So I accepted a proposal from CARE in December 2009, and actually I arrived in CARE the 4th of January, and now we are the 22nd of January, so it is really, really, really very recently that I've been in CARE. But meanwhile, 1 week ago, disaster struck, and then here I am. And somehow I'm just wondering if it is not the reason why because definitely I've been, I cannot say forced, but I've been recently, I've been in the past few months very, very, very motivated to come back. I was working for another American NGO actually, which I don't think it's important to tell the name here, but I resigned actually. I resigned. I was in my assignment. I was pretty much happy of this assignment. The people was happy with the job I was doing, but I decided and I resigned to come here, and it was just like for me something telling me that you have to come back home. You have to come back home, and with this new perspective, I know for sure that it would be very difficult for me. It would have been very difficult for me to leave this situation from abroad, knowing that my family has been affected, has been so heavily affected. I don't know if I told you this, but my parents lost their house. I was born in this house. I was born in this house. My 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 eldest brother born in this house as well. So this is something that is part of the patrimony of the family. And this is the same for the family of my wife. They've lost everything. And I've seen my brothers. They are doctors. They are engineers. They are professionals. They are professionals and pretty good professionals. But they are all now. They have lost everything. They have lost their house. They have lost their their clothes. Their everything. And this is very, very, very difficult. And one thing that is funny when you are in this situation is the fact that somehow when the aid come, you are seen as someone that is not that vulnerable, which is more or less true, but at the same time you have lost everything. And personally, it's very difficult for me. And just to finish with my testimony, because this is somehow what it is. Um, Actually, since this catastrophe, I've been working almost all day long, leaving my house since at 6 o'clock in the morning and maybe earlier, and coming back home almost at 10 every day since the beginning. And they are heavily affected. They are physically, my stepfather has a broken arm actually, and I'm not here for them, and they know what I'm doing, but they say that you are not here for us. And my son is 10 years old, and the day before yesterday he was asking me, when will you be home? And I have my daughter, she is 2, And this is exactly the same thing. And actually, I have to confess, I thought that coming back home I will have much more time for my family, but actually this is not the case. It's not the case, and all those is very difficult to deal with. It's very difficult to live with, actually.